The Polish philosopher Alfred Korzybski, sorry about the pronunciation, said, "A map is not the territory it represents, but, if correct, it has a similar structure to the territory, which accounts for its usefulness." The easy way to say that is the map is not the territory. Well, how does that, so what? What does that mean? Well, here's a map. I think, yeah, downtown Houston. It's a representation. We all know that what you see on the map, although really close to what may be out on the streets, is not the same thing, because the map is a picture of a point in time, and anyone who's ever driven in Houston knows there's always construction. Streets are open, streets are closed. So all it is a representation. It's not the real thing. It's a really good representation, hopefully, if you get a good map. And we can kind of extrapolate that to say these guys, guidelines, policies, procedures, rules, and regulations, are like a map. They're a guide, a representation of what we're supposed to do, what the job is. Unfortunately, no guideline can account for all possibilities. There's just so much going on out there. So this is just one volume. It's volume 2, Emergency Operations, and I think there are 3 of those books. I don't think anybody actually prints those things out anymore. They're all on the computers. But it doesn't cover everything. It covers a whole lot of stuff. So what are we supposed to do? Where are we supposed to get more information about how to do the job? Because as Hamlet once said, there are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy or your guidelines, Fire Chief. What do we do? How do we find the solution to all of our problems and the things that we encounter out there that are just not accounted for, that nobody thought of? Be things that never happen, because things that never happen all the time. Well, I learned something from a captain that I worked with and worked for at one point, named Eddie Matheson, when I was in rescue. He made the analogy of us having a big file cabinet up here. And every time you go out and see something, every time you go out and do something, see something new, see something different, something that's not in the book, you file that little piece of information away. So hopefully at some point later in your career, you can dig into that and pull something out. And, well, this wasn't exactly what I've read about, but it's really close. And I remember what happened or what didn't happen. Now, hold on, I've got to get to my tablet over here to get the other quote, which I read recently, from Chelsea Sullenberger, the guy who landed the airplane on the Hudson. He said that for 42 years, I've been making small, regular deposits in this bank of experience, education, and training. And on January 15th, the balance was sufficient so that I could make a very large withdrawal. So every time you go out there, look around, see what's going on. Watch the news. Get on your internets and read about what other departments are doing. Don't be critical. Just use it as a learning tool. I saw, wow, they did this thing I never thought about. Look at this situation that I've never encountered. Look what they did. So learn. Every little piece of information, make that deposit. File that little piece of information away, because at some point in your career, you'll be out there having see something that no one has ever talked about before, but it's similar enough, or the aspects of it are similar to things that you've seen or that you've read about or that you've discussed or whatever. You'll be able to pull all that out and everything will work out great, hopefully. And you'll be able to do it safely. So remember, the map is not the territory. Learning never stops. Never stops. So thanks for watching. Please comment. I'd like to hear what everyone has to say. Add that to the next video. And please be safe. Thanks and have a good evening.